There we go. Everyone in there except for me.
Oh.
Call meeting to order, 3 o'clock. Special meeting, July 8th, 2021. Regular meeting minutes of June 15th, 2021.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Registrar of voters' wages. I talked to some previous registrars, and they really felt that we should increase the wage for the registrars, kind of meet what surrounding towns are doing. And they suggested $20 an hour. I think right now it's $13.37 an hour. And it's really difficult these days, I think, to get someone to come in, spend the hours that they have to, in the days that they have to at that rate. So I'd suggest $20 per hour starting, say, today, moving forward for the registrars and the deputy registrars. I know, luckily enough for Democrats, they have Larry in there working now. It's been difficult for the Republicans to get someone to fill that position. And I guess people aren't just not willing to do it for that wage anymore. So if you would, please, we could do a motion to increase it, starting, what's the date? 8th?
What did the Board of Finance carry for wages? Did the Board of Finance carry any amount for wages?
No, they don't set the wages.
They don't. I mean, did they in their budget
In the line item, there's enough money for the wages.
for $20 an hour?
Yeah, because this year we did cut it back a little bit because it's not a presidential year. It's only going to be the municipal election in the fall. So there's enough money this year for that. And we'll have to look forward to other years to adjust it accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want the wages to be the same for the deputy and the registrar? Is that,
They are currently,
they are?
or we could do 20 and 15 or 20 and
Is
18.
that just for register of voters?
And
What about the people that work at the polls?
Polls workers are making minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Okay, is that set by the state or do we?
We can pay what we'd like to
Oh,
pay.
okay, okay.
When's minimum wage going up?
August 1st
To
to 13.
13.
I mean,
We could address that later too.
it doesn't seem to be a huge problem getting people to work at the polls as opposed to
No.
getting to somebody to come and do that job. So, what's the rate of pay currently?
1337
Yeah.
for registrars.
Do that for that. I mean,
Yeah.
Because they're required to be here certain days for so many hours. So it's got to come out of their schedule to be here for that. It seems fair to me.
And there's a lot more training.
Now, let me
Yeah, training now too.
ask you a question. Can we vote on that? Being that I'm a Democrat and I'm really voting for, not Larry Spring, but for a Democrat position to make it
We're voting.
conflict of interest.
Yeah, no.
no, because it's
Okay.
all the positions across the board. So
Okay.
I think, yeah, so my only question is having the deputy at the same rate of pay. Does that, are the roles kind of the same? It's just kind of they did
They can
did
fill in
the
and
duty,
yeah.
right? All right, so I'll make a motion to set the rate of pay for the registrar of voters and the deputy at $20 an hour effective today.
All right, and I'll second that.
any discussion on it? All those in favor?
All right.
Yeah, aye. Everyone voted aye. Okay, thank you. Resolution for steep grant. I think there's one in your packet. This is just required by the DEP as part of the contract for the steep grant for the transfer station replacement wall. Authorizing me to execute and deliver the contract with the state of Connecticut.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor? So moved. We did get started down there. I think it was Tuesday, they moved the compactors out of the way. So there's a meeting, I believe, this coming Tuesday for pre-construction with Dayton Construction and WMC engineers to just kind of go over how it's going to work. Hopefully a timetable. It should move along pretty well.
Yeah, I was there Wednesday and it seemed like it was a pretty good flow.
Oh, the way he's got it.
For the first day. I mean,
Yeah.
Obviously there were some wrinkles, but it seemed like everything was pretty organized and they were getting directions of what to do. Once people get used to it,
Yeah.
it's like anything else. Now, will those compactors be hooked up or are we just going to, no,
No.
just the way it was Wednesday's the way it's going to be.
Yep. Unless Greg changes it a little bit to make it better. But yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to keep that whole area clear and a place for, to set up for all the equipment. All right, refunds, abatements, we had none. Appointments.
I did have somebody approach me on, I guess there's an opening on the ordinance committee. Because that gentleman stepped down.
Jean.
Did he resign yet?
Not yet.
Okay, so then we can't.
I can check with the town clerk, but my latest list, he didn't resign yet.
But I guess he has to. If it's, yeah. Well, we can pick it up in the next meeting.
Okay.
I'll talk to Gene. Get him to get his resignation in.
Okay.
So we'll be ready for the next meeting.
I know the ordinance committee is advisory, but is it weighted by party or no?
I believe it is,
It is.
because it is considered a commission, a committee in town, because that's why Gene had to get off of it.
Are we in violation of that then?
I'll
now?
check with
Yeah, 'cause
town clerk.
it seems like maybe.
Good point.
Well, he had to get off it because he
He was
was,
on the housing
right,
authority.
it had nothing to do with,
No, but I'm just thinking who's on it now, and I don't know who you have in mind or who is interested. I'm all for whoever is
Right.
wants to volunteer,
Yeah,
should
we
be able to
do have to-
volunteer, but I think it's all Democrats on it currently.
And one independent.
Yeah,
so you need a Republican or another
or
independent?
another independent. So I don't know
Okay.
who you have, or who,
I don't know
what their affiliation is.
I'll have to
I mean,
check.
Yeah, maybe check on that, and I'll check with
I will.
Lori about who's on there
No,
now.
yeah, I
Okay.
don't think it really matters, but if we should pay attention to that.
All right, I'll check into it.
All right, correspondence, had a little bit, one thing actually came up last night,
Two
planning,
appointments.
oh, two appointments, I'm sorry, skipped right by it. Who did we have?
David Hoffman on the pension board.
Oh, lovely.
For April 15th, 21 through April 14th, 24.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Then you had Northwest Regional Mental Health Board, Priscilla Mossman has agreed to continue from May 20th, 21 to May 19th, 23.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Very nice of them to volunteer. Yeah, one thing that kind of briefly come up last night, P and Z, was discussion about the new law concerning adult use of recreational marijuana. We got some guidance from Connecticut Conference of Municipalities. I just put it in the packet if you want to take a look at it. There are different ways the municipalities can handle this if they so choose. Maybe if we review it, maybe for the next meeting, we could discuss it. It does tie into an email from Kevin Derone, who did ask, given the recent legislation of recreational marijuana, does the town of Morris have any plans to address this issue on a level as several Connecticut towns have done? Would a ban or limitation on cannabis-based businesses at least be discussed? Yeah, I did forward this to the Planning Zone Commission last night, so they'll have it for either their next meeting or the meeting after that. to look into that. Yeah.
Well, it's something they have to address because other towns are addressing it right now.
Yep.
Whether we want to have a place of business in town. I don't know if we have to go through the ordinance on that, if they have to set something up, but it's something to think about right now because it's going to happen.
Yeah, you can either do it through ordinance or through zoning regulations. I don't know if, John, if you were on the COG meeting today, but it was interesting that Mayor Carbone was talking about this. And it's kind of interesting where, say, Torrington says, no, none of these businesses can be in that city or town. Well, if the next town over has one of those businesses, that business can deliver into adjoining towns. You really got to look at all the aspects of this.
You
I
know,
mean, there is a revenue stream, I think a 3% sales tax on top of the state sales tax that would go to municipalities. But I think people might have concerns and yeah, either way,
Either way, right.
you know.
I think zoning last night when that was brought up was very quick to, it's legal, just like package stores or whatever, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but they didn't consider, I don't think, and they should, is adopting the regulations that restrict it from schools and stuff, the same as package stores. And they need to do that at the very least.
So hopefully they'll be looking into that
Yeah.
too. Another question from Kevin Derone was regarding the MFC pension, and he didn't think that it had gone to the ordinance committee. It had. They did look at it. They did not have any questions on it. And it was approved by the town of Morris. So I did respond to him to let him know that. Another one regarding a couple regarding the fireworks, one from Lori Lindenmuth, and another one from Lori Weiner. And this was discussed kind of at length last night at the Planning and Zoning Commission also. I just want to make sure you're aware of this.
Planning and zoning determined they don't regulate fireworks, right?
Any other correspondence? Did anyone have anything?
Did we hire our new employee for the highway?
Starting tomorrow.
And we didn't vote on it as a selectman?
I think
We didn't.
we did.
No, we
No,
didn't. I think with the timing of the meetings, we didn't.
right.
Do you want to add it to the agenda?
No, you can't.
Oh, because it's special.
But I mean, you can do it retroactive, I guess. And I've hired all the library people and everything
Yeah.
else.
I think we did vote to hire Chris, so we should just be consistent with it. So maybe on our next,
Sure.
do it retroactively.
Public comment. Motion to adjourn at 3:14.
So moved.
Second,
I'll second it.
all those in favor?
Right.
How many deputy registrars are there? There are two?